I'm going to show you how to make a simple plot of any function. The easiest way to do is to go to the palettes and get the either Basic Math Assistant or Classroom Assistant. Either one will do. I will show you both. There's the Basic Math Assistant and here's the Classroom Assistant. If you compare those two, they both have basic commands. That's what we want. So either one would work. So I will use this one. Basic commands. In it, we will go to 2D because we are making 2D plot and click on plot. There we go. So that's the skeleton with which you will flesh out the function and the parameters to make a plot. Let's see what's on more here. Here it tells you many different ways of doing different types of plots here. But this is the most basic one, so today we'll focus on this. Here you enter the function that you want to plot, and here you enter the what variable you want to plot. And here you put the minimum and maximum value. I will show you what I mean by this. Let's make the function to be x squared. And then the variable obviously is x. You may say, duh, I mean, what else is there anyway? Well, when you make a more sophisticated one, you could have something like ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, anyone could be the variable, and it's not clear which one we want to plot. In that case, you got to specify here, so might as well specify all the time. But we are plotting a squared. There we go. Where should we start and where should we end? I think I will start in -3 and go to 3. Here I'm clicking to go to next one, to enter data onto the next box and next box, but you could have press the tab key on your keyboard and it would have worked the same way. Okay, here we go. We got this plot and that's it. Let's do shift, enter, and you will see the plot of x squared. As simple as that. Okay, but I wanted to see from different, say, range. Say, I wanted to see from -3 to +3, not 0 to 9, you may say. Then how do I specify that? So when you have questions like that, you should always go to help and get some help. Okay, in this case, we're looking at the plot. So I will just enter the plot function here, plot. Then you will see the official explanation of what it could do. So here's the plot. Click. And then here you will see more. For example, you can fill them and you can have different connections. Say you're plotting two things here and then you're shading between those two curves. It's just endless, seems like. And of those, what are we going to use today? I will show you how to do plot range. Let's see if we can find it here. This is where you find true detailed information. So what I'm going to use now is called plot range, and I will show you where that is. Plot range. So here you could use full or automatic, or you can just specify where it goes. So I will type it for you. Please follow me in typing it. Okay, I have to use comma here. And then I say plot range. You have to notice the capitalization. Anything that is built into Mathematica starts with capital letter. And you have to respect this. And you know you got it wrong because the letter would appear in blue. Take a look. If I get rid of this capital R and use lowercase r, see, that's blue. Blue means Mathematica doesn't know about it. It's supposed to know how to plot range. So if I change the capital, it knows. Okay, now you have to use arrow. But we don't have arrow key, so what we'll do is we will do minus and greater. Okay? Soon as I press any other key, that would disappear into a single arrow, and you would not know how to make it. So often my students ask me, how do you make that arrow? I didn't make arrow. I didn't write arrow. I used minus greater. Or is it less than? You know what I mean. You're looking at it. And then you got to specify. Look at that. Just turn to this. I used the curly bracket and I wanted to go from -3 to 3 and close curly bracket. There we go. We have it. So we have a plot of x squared function where x goes from -3 to 3 and then y goes from -3 to 3 as well. So let's do shift enter and works. But this doesn't look right. seems squeezed. Yeah, that's called aspect ratio. So you got a comma, capital aspect, now capital ATI. Look at that. It's blue now, right? As soon as I type O, bam. Minus, greater, 1. Shift, enter. Okay, much better. There we go. So now what if you want to plot x cubed function? No problem. Go there and change to 3. Whoa, very nice. What if you want to plot x squared and x cubed? In that case, you got to use curly bracket here. I could have used it now, actually, without it would not make any difference here because that's just grouping one thing. So when you have only one element, you don't need the curly bracket. When you have more than one, then you got to have curly bracket to group them. As you use more Mathematica, this would become clear, but I'm just showing you how to plot quickly. So when you want to, you can always use this. It would not hurt. It's just like having parentheses on top of in the numerator and the denominator of a fraction. It doesn't hurt, but often it's useless. In this case, it's essential. I do comma and I do x squared. I meant to do x squared. When I have more than one item, I have to use curly bracket. Okay, shift enter, and it will plot both. Very nice. If you wanted to compare, say x to the 4th, and then x to the 5th, how they behave, you always wanted to know, right? And here we go. That's how they behave. So this is how you make a very simple graph, plot of any function or functions.